holes, how do I know if the animal walked on 2 legs or 4 legs?
Wow, excellent question. Beagle, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for the question. Yes, indeed, there is a way by looking at these primate skulls to determine whether or not this is an animal that walked on 2 legs, a biped, or 4 legs, a quadruped. Thesis, what do you think we're looking for here?
I don't know, Beagle, but by guessing, I would say maybe it's something anatomical.
Absolutely. Bingo. There is a feature on all of these skulls that let us know whether this was a biped or quadruped, and that feature is known as your occipital hole, your foramen magnum, which means great hole in Latin, but this is a hole at either the base of your skull or the rear of your skull that allows for the spinal column to pass into the skull itself. So Thesis right now is holding up the skull of a gorilla. As you can see, that occipital hole is to the rear of that skull, allowing for that animal to still face forward while on all 4 legs. When it comes to other quadruped primates, such as a chimpanzee, you can see the same occipital hole is at the rear of that skull, allowing for that skull to sit forward in front of the spinal column so the animal can face forward on 4 legs. When it comes to bipeds, say for example, this is the skull of Homo erectus. This was an early species of human. Underneath that skull, this is a cast of the skull itself, so the hole is not open, but as you can see where that occipital hole would have been, it would have been sitting on top of the spinal column, which allows for the animal to be a biped. Some of the earlier species of primates, such as Australopithecus boisei, which still has a lot of the ape-like features to the skull itself, this large sagittal crest, these wide zygomatic arches that allow for the big temporal muscles to pass through and connect to the sagittal crest. But sure enough, underneath, you can see where that occipital hole would have been, allowing for that skull to sit on top of the spinal column and for that animal to walk on 2 legs. When it comes to other mammals as well, too, you can look at the base of those skulls and you can see where those occipital holes would have been. In our Smilodon, the occipital hole is right there in the back, allowing for that spine to be back here and that animal to walk on 4 legs. So great question, appreciate it. So now you know how to look at a skull and find out whether or not that was a 2-legged animal or a 4-legged animal.